Welcome back to TCM. I'm Dave Karger. Up next this afternoon is a drama from 1958 based on notorious events that scandalized France in the late 1800s. Directed by and starring José Ferrer, it's I Accuse. Ferrer plays Alfred Dreyfus, a Jewish captain who served in the French army and was wrongly accused of selling military secrets to the Germans. He was stripped of his rank and medals and sentenced to life in prison on Devil's Island, despite a clear lack of evidence against him. As the investigation wore on, it became obvious that the French army was acting out of anti-Semitic prejudice, and Dreyfus was a scapegoat. Still, he had some powerful supporters in France, including the prominent writer Émile Zola, who published an open letter to the president accusing the government of anti-Semitism. His famous letter was titled J'accuse, which translates in English to I Accuse. José Ferrer initially joined the production as director, but when he couldn't find the right actor to play Captain Dreyfus, he stepped into the starring role himself. By this point in his career, Ferrer had been directing films for 3 years and was also a 3-time Oscar-nominated actor. He earned his first nomination for his film debut in another historical drama, Joan of Arc, from 1948. He went on to win the Best Actor Academy Award for playing the title role in the 1950 adaptation of Cyrano de Bergerac. His final nomination came for his performance as another Frenchman, Toulouse-Lautrec, in Moulin Rouge from 1952. Joining Ferrer in the cast here is a list of internationally acclaimed actors, including Emlyn Williams as Émile Zola, as well as Anton Walbrook, Herbert Lom, Harry Andrews, and Vivica Lindfors. From MGM in 1958 with a screenplay by Gore Vidal, I Accuse. I Accuse, which was released by MGM's British studios, was not the first movie to dramatize the events of the Dreyfus affair. In 1937, Warner Brothers produced its own version of the story, The Life of Émile Zola, which starred Paul Muni as Zola and won the Oscar for Best Picture. That movie earned 10 Oscar nominations in total, winning 3, including Best Supporting Actor for Joseph Schildkraut, who played Captain Dreyfus. José Ferrer's film, which came more than 2 decades later, was a more historically accurate version of the story, and Ferrer was determined to make the film on location. But the French government, knowing how the movie would make France look, refused to allow the production to shoot in Paris, so Ferrer was limited to London and Brussels instead. The movie premiered in 1958 and turned out to be a box office disappointment, but its failure had little impact on José Ferrer's career. He made a few more films as a director, including the 1962 remake of the musical State Fair, and he continued acting on screen for more than 3 decades, giving memorable performances in movies like Lawrence of Arabia and Ship of Fools. Up next, I'm turning it over to Ben Mankiewicz for an evening of films based on stories by the French author Françoise Sagan, beginning with a romantic drama from 1961 starring Ingrid Bergman, Yves Montand, and Anthony Perkins.
Next on TCM, Goodbye Again, then Bonjour Tristesse, and later, Who Killed Teddy Bear? Noir Alley is toying with you tonight.